Welcome back to The Explainer. All right, let's dive right in. We are officially closing out our deep learning block today with a really fascinating look at sentence transformers, or as I like to call it, the math of meaning. Over the last few sessions, we've built a pretty massive picture of the modern AI and natural language processing landscape. And today we're putting the final puzzle piece perfectly into place by exploring a specialized library built just for generating high-quality embeddings. Here's our game plan for today to bridge the gap from pure theory to actual practice. We'll start with what embeddings actually are, look at why the sentence transformer upgrade is so necessary, discuss how we measure meaning, dive into real-world applications, figure out how to choose the right model, and then finally wrap up our entire deep learning block. So, Section 1. What are embeddings? Mapping meaning to math. To really get this, we have to unpack a concept we've touched on before, but we absolutely need to nail it down today. What is an embedding? At its core, it's just a list of numbers, technically a vector, that meaningfully represents a piece of text. It could be a word, a sentence, or even a whole document. The real magic here is that this list of numbers lets a computer directly compare the actual underlying meaning of text mathematically. It looks at how close those numbers are in space, instead of just dumbly matching characters on a screen. And honestly, this is exactly why it's such a game changer. Just look at these two sentences. The cat sat on the mat, and a feline rested on the rug. To a standard old-school keyword search, these have literally nothing in common. Computers usually totally panic with synonyms like this. But a properly designed embedding system, it knows our little feline friend is doing the exact same thing in both. It places these two math vectors extremely close together in embedding space, even though the raw words are almost completely different. Moving on to Section 2, the sentence transformer upgrade. Context is king. Now, you might be thinking, wait, don't we already have word vectors from libraries like Spacie? And yes, we do, but earlier methods simply average those individual word vectors together. And the big problem is that completely loses the context. It basically treats a beautifully crafted, coherent sentence like a scrambled bag of separate words. It totally ignores the nuance of word order. So here is where the massive upgrade comes in. Sentence Transformers uses that exact same underlying transformer architecture we talked about in our Hugging Face explainer. But it's deliberately fine-tuned to capture the meaning of full, complete sentences. It actively pays attention to word order and the surrounding context, totally avoiding that messy word averaging trap. And getting started with it is actually remarkably straightforward. You literally just pip install Sentence Transformers, load up a pre-trained model, and pass your text right into the encode function. And hey, notice the output? It connects directly back to the foundational NumPy arrays we covered all the way back in episode 6. You basically just get an array where each individual row is the math version of your input sentence. Okay, Section 3, measuring meaning, cosine similarity. Generating those embeddings is really just step 1. How do we actually measure the similarity between two different vectors once we have them? Well, the absolute gold standard here is cosine similarity. Instead of just measuring a raw straight line distance between points, it actually measures the mathematical angle between the vectors. Whenever you're comparing sentences, this is the way to do it. And the library makes this incredibly easy with a built-in utility that gives you a super clean, readable score from -1 to +1. -1 means total opposites. 0 means they have absolutely nothing to do with each other. And a +1, that means they are practically identical. It's an amazingly fast, efficient way to compare any two pieces of text you throw at it. All right, Section 4, real-world applications. Let's put these embeddings to work. Let's see how this math powers the really heavy-hitting enterprise stuff, starting with semantic search. Think about it. Traditional keyword search totally fails if someone types affordable smartphone, but your product description uses the word budget. It's blindly looking for exact matches. Semantic search, though, directly compares the actual embeddings. It instantly finds highly relevant results even when the exact phrasing is totally different. It is just a massive leap forward. And if you remember our LangChain explainer, this plugs perfectly into the Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG pipeline. You break your documents down into smaller chunks, generate embeddings for them using sentence transformers, and toss them into a specialized vector store. Honestly, this library is an absolute essential foundation running under the hood of so many modern LangChain applications. Oh, and clustering is another amazing use case. Imagine you have thousands of documents. You can generate their embeddings and feed them straight into scikit-learn, using something like the k-means algorithm we talked about in episode 16. It will automatically group highly similar pieces of text together, based entirely on their meaning. Literally no manual, painstaking labeling required whatsoever. Huge Q&A websites also rely on this constantly for paraphrase and duplicate question detection. If someone asks a new question, the system uses embeddings to instantly check if the underlying meaning matches something that was already answered. If it does, the platform efficiently redirects the user to the existing answer, which totally stops the site from just drowning in redundant duplicate content over time. Section 5. Choosing your model. The trade-off matrix. So, just like Hugging Face's Model Hub, there is a considerable range of pre-trained models available here. And it really comes down to this trade-off matrix. You've got your smaller models. They are meaningfully faster, which makes them absolutely perfect for high-volume, massive-scale applications. Then you have the larger models. They're definitely computationally heavier, but they give you much higher quality, deeply nuanced embeddings. Your choice just genuinely depends on what your specific app prioritizes, raw speed or maximum quality. To really tie this all together, just imagine you're building an internal search tool for a huge company. You generate embeddings for thousands of company documents and store them in a vector store. Then, when an employee searches using perfectly natural, everyday language, you just convert their query into an embedding and use cosine similarity to instantly surface the most relevant documents. This perfectly ties together practically everything we've learned into one incredibly realistic, professional enterprise workflow. Which brings us to Section 6, Racking Up Deep Learning, the final piece of the puzzle. And with that, we have officially reached the end of our deep learning and AI block. It's been quite a ride. We've covered TensorFlow, Keras, PyTorch, Hugging Face transformers, LangChain, Spacey, and today, sentence transformers. And the coolest part is that none of these exist in isolation. Working together, they form the incredibly comprehensive foundation you need to build modern AI-powered applications. So what's next? Well, we are kicking off our 6th block, web development, in our next session. We'll be starting with Django, the ultimate batteries-included framework that powers a massive chunk of the modern web. If this explainer helped bring together the AI landscape for you, definitely make sure you are subscribed. Believe it or not, we still have 72 more packages ahead of us in the series. We have literally gone from computers blindly matching letters on a screen to mathematically understanding the very essence of human language. So with AI finally understanding exactly what we mean, what will you build next? Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer, and we will see you in the next one.